Okay, so let's review the problems that we just worked to make sure that we understand the rounding rules with fives, because they can be a little tricky. So the first question was with, what is that? 1, 2, 3. Let's put commas in there so I can, comma, 1, 2, 3. So 4,567,590 grams per kiloliter. We want to round that to 4 sig figs. So if we want to round that to 4 sig figs, I always like to just underline 4. That way we know it's the 7 that we're wanting to see if we can round. And we look to the right and we see a 5. Again, we should say to ourselves, uh-oh, I need to stop and think to myself. If I have a 5, my next step should be to look to the right. I look to the right and I see I do have non-zero numbers. And that means that I'm going to round that number up. So, what do I end up with? Remember, it's 4 sig figs, so 4, 5, 6. That 7 goes up to an 8. I still need to remember that these are going to be placeholder zeros, so they don't change the overall value of the number. Let's get our commas in there there we go. So 4,568,000 grams per kiloliter. That is our answer. All right, problem number 2. Same process. We're doing 2 sig figs this time. I'm going to go ahead and underline. That means this 5 is what I'm rounding. I'm going to look to the right. Again, uh-oh, it's a 5. First thing that I do is I look to the right of the 5. Do I have non-zero numbers? I do not have non-zero numbers. That means we go to those funny rules, and those funny rules mean we look back to the number we're rounding at, and we say, is it even or is it odd? Our goal is to make it even, or keep it even. And in this case, it's odd, so when it's odd, we round it up. So I'm keeping this at 2 sig figs. That means I have a 4, the 5 rounds up to a 6, 46 grams is our answer. All right, so next problem. This time, 3 sig figs. Going to go ahead and underline. The 6 is where I'm rounding. I'll look to the right. There's a 5. I need to stop myself and look to the right of the 5. Is there any non-zero numbers? No, there are not. We have those funny rounding rules we need to think about. Again, we look back to the number we're rounding. Odd or even? It is even. That means we keep it even. So, 3 sig figs, 4, 5, and 6 stays the same. I'm going to rewrite that. That is ugly. 456. Our units of measurement were liters. 456 liters. Let's go to our next page. All right, last question. We're rounding 4.7851 grams per milliliter to 3 sig figs. Underline. The 8 is what we're rounding. Look to the right. There's that 5. Again, I'm going to look to the right of the 5. Is it non-zero numbers? Yes, there are. Great. That means I can round my 8 up. So, 4.79 grams per milliliter. So those are the problems for rounding with 5's. The more practice, the better you'll get. It's just a matter of stopping yourself when you see that 5 and just thinking.